This, my friends, is called a Ecolution microwave popcorn popper. Let me show it to you up a little close. So you can see it comes in a variety of different colors. I got the smaller one, which is 1.5 quarts. It also comes in a 3-quart size, and it is plastic, and then there's glass. And the glass is apparently tempered glass, so it's going to be able to handle popping this popcorn in the microwave. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently. Oftentimes, you've been in my kitchen, I've been cooking different foods, but today I'm going to be trying a new product that caught my eye. I'm going to give it a go. I haven't used it yet, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts about how it works and what the results are. This little contraption here is the lid that you're going to just have it rest on top while the popcorn is popping, but it is used for measuring the popcorn, so the perfect amount goes in here. And if you wish, you can put some butter up top, or really anything that you want to melt and get drizzled, because it'll melt apparently, and then coat your popcorn, and then you can toss it so it gets well mixed. So I figured the first time I use it, I wanted to just use it plain without the butter. So that's what we're going to try first. The first thing I did do was thoroughly wash and dry everything so it's ready to go. So let's give it a try. So here we have some popcorn, and I'm going to measure to the line. There's a little line that goes around kind of a little bit below the rounded rim there, and I'm just going to fill it. As we all know, a little goes a long way with Poppin popcorn. So I'm going to fill it to the line. That looks about right. So there we go. And I'm going to dump it in. I'm going to put the lid on, and then it says for you to put it in your microwave for 2.5 to 3 minutes. Of course, you want to take a look at it when the popping slows, about 2 seconds per pop, and check it out. It's probably done, or otherwise your popcorn can burn. So let's give it a go. So we're going to put this in our microwave in the center, and I'm just going to be putting it for 2 minutes. I have a minute function on my microwave, and I'm actually going to put for 3, keeping an eye out for it once it goes past 2.5 minutes. So let's check it out and see. A minute has gone by and it has started to pop. It's hard to see with reflection in my microwave, but you can see that things are indeed popping. We're going to continue to follow it until the popping slows. Okay, it has now been, I think there were 43 seconds left. Let's take a look. What I noticed was that, and you can see it's not quite full, but I'm not sure how many are not popped. And you can see there's some moisture in there. It's about half full. I'm going to take a peek on the bottom, and I can see, it's probably hard for you to see, but there are some unpopped kernels. What I found was happening was the kernel popping was stretching out a bit. It never had that full crazy popping. I've only used this popcorn for traditional popping over the stove, and it's never had a problem. Again, there's no fat in here, so in any event, I'm just kind of explaining how it felt. So I did not want to let this go too far and have burnt popcorn. Like, there's nothing worse. So let's take a look. One of the things that's nice is the plastic helps you not get burnt, although it does say be careful because it is hot. I'm noticing in here there seems to not be any burnt popcorn kernels, but some are, like this one's a little bit dark. You probably can't see. Let me show you. It's just a little bit dark. It's not quite burnt, just shy of being burnt. One of the things I was going to do for the first batch was just to make it a little special. First, let me just try it plain. Well, you know, it's plain popcorn, no fat, nothing. Great. One reason I got it was because it could be a healthy snack for hubs and I, especially in these warmer months. But I did put a mixture. They gave some suggestions on the back here. One of them was a sweet mixture of brown sugar and cinnamon, and you add a little salt. And so I'm going to add these to that and cover it. Now, some are sticking in there. They say before you use this again, you should let it cool. So I don't think you want to use it again and again and have everything get really, hot. You can hear the unpopped popcorn kernels in here. See if it coated. Nothing really coated because there's no butter, you know, which is kind of part of the problem. Let me see if I can taste any of this. Yeah, you can't really taste the topping. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding some melted butter to this just to make it taste a little better. Of course, that takes away the whole idea of making it healthier, but maybe just salt it. One thing to keep in mind for any flavorings is you have a wide array of some different flavorings you can try. Of course, everything bagel seasoning, you can never go wrong with that. If you have furikake, which is, I think, seaweed, and it has usually white and black sesame seeds, some little salt, some a couple, it's pretty simple but very tasty. Also, Trader Joe's has this great everything but the elote seasoning blend. It's excellent, such a good blend. And then if you're feeling a little nautical, Old Bay would always be great on that. Okay, so I'm gonna measure this again. Do that line. I'm not gonna worry as much because I don't think they're all going to pop. Again, this isn't super fresh popcorn, like it wasn't just bought, but it's probably just a year old, so I don't consider that very old. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lid on top. We're gonna put, I'm just gonna put like a tablespoon of butter on, right there. And then one of the things I'm gonna do just to maybe help get some of the seasoning on it, and I'm gonna choose, the everything but the elote seasoning. Now this is not in their instructions, but I'm gonna try actually just putting some of that on top of the butter so that when it melts, this can also go down onto the popcorn, and then we can always add some more if we want to, okay? So now we're gonna put this in again for 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll see you once it seems like it's mostly popped. Okay, this one just finished after 4 minutes in the microwave oven. The other one I had taken out after, it was definitely 2.5, but it maybe even was a little less than 2.5 because it just wasn't popping super quick. This one, for whatever reason, took forever to start popping. Let's take a look at the bottom. Yep, there's still quite a few that haven't popped. You can see what the top looks like. Some of the seasonings were left behind, but the proof is in the taste also, so let's do that. Put this down in there. Since this one did get a little more hot, I put a little heating pad there, or a little cushion. Okay, so it doesn't seem like any got burnt. I feel like more, there were, oh, that one got burnt, but that's not too bad. I was worried about having it in that long if a lot were gonna get burnt in the butter, but this one, let's taste it. Yeah, some of them got a little burnt in the butter, but not most. Let's just taste it now. Let me show you how this looks. So it has a seasoning, and again, it might need more seasoning, so let's see. Can't really taste the seasoning. I'm going to add more. I actually can't really taste the butter, to be honest. Let me just add some more seasoning on top. So, just sprinkling some seasoning on top. It's nice because it just lands there. You could always add more seasoning as you go, especially if you weren't adding any kind of oil. That might be helpful. And then what I did with these, I did end up with our brown sugar and cinnamon. I melted some butter, poured it over just like a tablespoon, and mixed that up. So let me try this now. That's much better. Let me show it to you. This is tasty. Now, of course, this has sugar and butter now in it. You do want to make sure you add a good amount of salt, because if you just have the sweet stuff, it just doesn't taste as much. It sounds really weird. Salt really helps even in sweet things, give you more flavor. So, of the two, I really like this one. But I think I'd play around with this. The other thing I think I would try to do is pop it without any oil. And I have oils in little spritzers, and maybe spray some neutral oil on it, just enough like in a big bowl, to then put whatever seasoning I wanted to put on it, just so it would help it stick. So that's probably what I would try next. Final thoughts. This does make it really easy. I'm not sure that the butter on top, I liked the idea of it, but I didn't feel like it really gave me what I was expecting, was some nice buttery popcorn. Although I only used a tablespoon, but then, gosh, you realize how much butter might be in some of these popcorns we enjoy. Also, I was surprised that the kernels did not pop more easily. I know I've seen with other microwave popcorn, you know, that you might put in a paper bag or something, another kind of contraption. It usually kind of pops more quickly. This, it didn't seem to really get going. So I'm not really sure the reason of that. I think just play around with it. I was really hoping this was going to be a, you know, like 10 out of 10 for me. And I would have to say right now, it's kind of a 6 out of 10 for me. Only because it does technically function, but I was hoping it would function a little bit better. And while this is 1.5 quarts, it really wasn't maximizing the popcorn in there. So I'm not sure if you just need absolute fresh popcorn for it to work better in the microwave, or if it's just a matter of how this specific contraption works. But yeah, so if you give it a try, let me know if you have more success, or if you've used it before and you have some tricks. Please let me know. Also, let me know if you like this kind of content, and if you're interested in more content like this, besides the cooking, let me know. So please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Until we eat again.